I have a blank that I believe was sent to me by a buddy of mine named Paul Waldrop. And I believe that because it says guitar cutoff on the back. And that's what Paul does. He makes guitars. I've got a really nice cigar kit. It's a chrome cigar kit. And we're going to mate this blank to this kit. We're going to go ahead and mark our blank. A little extra room there. We'll get the back tube here. We'll cut it off here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drill this. I'll make a line like this and I'll say long and short. And that's to represent the two tubes. One is long and one is short. I always get these mixed up when I turn cigar kits, so we will look at the instructions prior to turning to make sure we know which of these will be the upper tube and which is the lower tube. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and drill through the blank, then we'll take it to the bandsaw and cut the separate sections. I found and marked the center of my blank. I have a 10mm bit chucked up, and we're ready to drill. I'm working on several pins all at the same time, so I went ahead and did a mass glue up to save a little bit of time. I did not record the glue up process, but you are looking at the aftermath. All of these tubes have been glued into these blanks with epoxy, and they need to set a minimum of 24 hours, and we'll start turning pins on the next trip to the shop. Got my blank chucked up, ready to turn, and I want you to notice something. Take a look at my bushings. I used the Dremel tool and I marked them. The cigar bushings always trip me up, so I went ahead and put dots on my bushings so that I know 1 and 2 are for the longer lower blank and 3 and 4 are for the shorter upper blank. It just helps me keep things straight because I love this kit, or this style kit, but I always trip up on the bushings. There's my cap blank turned down. She looks pretty darn good. What I'm going to do is hit it with a quick coat of thin CA to keep the Padauk from bleeding into the maple, and then we'll begin sanding. We want to let this dry naturally. If we use activator, it could cause the CA to boil and bubble. You can already see the dull spots showing up. It's going to dry super quick on a naked blank like this. We'll give it about 4 or 5 minutes just to make sure it's good and dry, and we'll be back for sanding. What we're doing is take a look. See those shiny rings? Those are areas where the tool kind of dug in a little bit, and we're going to sand those away. Not bad at all. I'm going to finish running through the grits, and I'll be back to show you what the blank looks like when we put our first coat of CA on. We're going to clean our blank with a little denatured alcohol. Ooh, that looks nice. We didn't have any issue with staining, the darker wood staining the lighter wood. The blank looks really nice. It's going to make a beautiful pen. I'm going to let the rest of this denatured alcohol flash off, and I'll be back to show you the first coat of CA going on the blank. It may not show well in the video, but there's lint on the blank from the paper towel. And I don't like to touch my blanks with my fingers after I use the denatured alcohol on them because there is oil in your skin, and I do not want to transfer any of that oil onto my blank. So I just keep an acetate brush in my cabinet. I brush the blank. Be sure to brush next to the bushing so you don't end up with a piece of something, right on the end of your blank. We're going to get it good and clean, and now we're ready to apply a CA finish. Take a look at that. Isn't that going to be beautiful? I'll be back to show it to you when it's ready for micromesh. Finished with my CA. The blank looks awesome. I'm going to get the nonstick bushings off. We're going to re-square the ends of the blank, get it back on the turning bushings, and we'll begin the micromesh process. That blank looks beautiful. Polished up nicely. I'm going to put a little wax on it, And then we're going to set the blank aside and go ahead and turn the lower blank, and we'll come back and buff them both at the same time. Here's a quick peek at the lower blank. And now for the upper blank. I believe I mixed the blanks up. This actually is the lower blank, and the first blank I buffed up is the upper blank. Really looks good though. I've got everything gathered up and ready to go to assemble this blank into this gorgeous kit. We're going to start with the nib section, and I'm going to put that onto this little grommet here. It's got a nice little trim ring there just to give it a little bit of an accent. It's really cute. We'll put that into the, make sure we got the right blank. Yep, the longer blank is the lower blank. So we'll put that into one end. I've got just the largest bushing that came with the pin. I'm going to use that for a safety press. That looks really nice. I've got a great fit right down there at the component. All right, we need to press the other end, or the end that the transmission threads onto, into the back of the pin. Got this little block I made out of some scrap. Put that on there. Just give it a nice little press. Once again, we've got a really nice fit. It's a gorgeous pin, really beautiful. Let's put our refill and spring in. Okay, we've got a transmission here. Let's just put that on the end of the pin. Give it a good snug. There we go. Not too shabby. Nice. I'm going to lay that over here so that it doesn't roll off the table. We're going to take our clip and put it onto the back part of the pin. We'll thread our cap in. And I think when this lays on the desk, I kind of want it to lay like this. I think I'm going to put this on the darker wood on the Purple Heart. Having a little bit of trouble pressing that in. It was just going at a bit of an angle. Oh, I know what the problem is. Very interesting. My bushing is so long that it's hitting the end of this, and I'm not able to push it in. So let me grab another bushing, one that doesn't have quite as long of a shaft on it. The cigar pin is the same as the big bin kit, so I grabbed my big bin bushings, and now we'll set back up. Much better. That's wild. You never know what you're going to run into when you're putting a pin together. Okay, ooh, really nice fit there. I got a beauty ring on this little black piece here. Put this in our press. Give it a nice little press together. Ooh, we're going at a bit of an angle there. There we go. Ooh, making me nervous. I'm pressing from the side for the sake of the video, so I'm not in your way. And I've got to be careful because every now and then I can go in at a bit of an angle. But all in all, it ended up perfect. That's beautiful. Let me assemble the front half of the pin with the back half. And actually, I probably want to line that up. So let's do it like this. Oh, wow. That way, when it's laying on the desk, boy, that looks nice. That is gorgeous. What a beautiful pin. Well, I really enjoyed turning this blank. I think it made an incredible looking pin. Maple and Purple Heart. Got nice little accent lines down the middle. It's on a chrome kit with black accents, cigar kit. And I think it just turned out wonderful. I really love the pen. Paul Waldrop, thank you so much for this blank. I know I've sat on it for a very long time, but I finally got it turned. Hey, thank you for hanging out with me tonight, everybody. I want you to know that you are always welcome in my shop. Come back and see me again real soon, and have a great evening.